It's clear that the world has profoundly changed. We come from a world that was, okay, it's always volatile, but if you go from 82 until recently, well, it was a world that was centered around the United States, relatively stable, inflation that was more or less under control, interest rates that came down, commodity markets that were not too high and not too volatile. Well, with COVID, well, I think we've moved in a totally different world, a world where demographics, where climate change, where changes in globalization will make that we live in an environment where inflation will be structurally higher and interest rates will also be structurally higher, which means that companies, consumers, investors, they will all have to position for that, and we live in a totally different environment.
So I would say for wealth management, the key issue is to be the trusted partner as a private bank. The understanding for private clients that they can trust their private banks, that's the second point. And the third is to keep an open architecture and the agility in finding solutions for our clients. Well, we had quite an up and down in the landscape, but the good thing is there is always an end to every crisis. So we have seen, obviously with 30 years of background in wealth management, you have seen a lot of crises. There's always an end, so we need just to wait for that.
There are three things someone could walk away with from this morning's presentation. I would say how companies operate is material, both from a risk management perspective as well as opportunities. What companies do creates significant opportunity for addressing sustainability challenges. So all of the innovation that we're seeing in areas around climate, education, healthcare, etc. And then lastly, to really think about sustainability as systems change. So how all of these areas are interconnected, and when creating a portfolio that reflects an investor's sustainability perspectives, it's really important to think about how things like climate are related to healthcare and education and economic opportunity.
I think we were probably the only organization talking about a core system. A lot of people are talking about AI, it's very fashionable, but unless you get your core system correct, it's not going to be able to give you the best benefits for the business. So, really it was around having a proper core system which can operate across the business, but also recognizing that we're not in isolation. And the other big important component is data and real-time data. So really making sure that your staff have got the tools in place where they can make the best of the system with real-time data.
The three takeaways that I would have would be hyper-personalization, all type of client profile from the retail banking segment up to the ultra net worth individual supported by wealth manager and multifamily offices are all looking for a certain degree of personalization, first. Second, if we were to offer those hyper-personalization to advisors, we need to support them to not destroy or deteriorate their operational excellence. And here we believe that GenAI can be an answer to it. But last, hyper-personalization and AI require data. And one of the main pillars that we will need to focus on, we need to keep focusing on improving the data quality, data collection, and enriching data to really truly understand the clients, the investor, not only from a pure compliance or risk point of view, but also from how we interact with the ecosystem, personal, professional,